In this video, I'm going to talk about how to create a custom middleware in NestJS. We're going to create a logger middleware. It is just simply log the message. Go ahead and create a common folder inside the source directory. I'm going to place my common code or shared related code inside the common directory. I will place all my middlewares in the middlewares directory. So you can use the NestJS CLI. I'm going to open in the terminal. Nest generate. MS stands for middleware. Let's provide the name of the middleware. You can see that the logger middleware has created. It's just a class, injectable class. It's trying to implement this Nest middleware interface, and this interface has use method. This use method will call. You can update this request property here. I need to import request, response in the next function. I'm going to place request here. We need to place response here. We also need to add next function here. Cool. So I'm going to log the message, console.log, logger middleware run. You can choose any message here. So we created the middleware. This next function denotes to the next middleware in the call stack. If you will not call the next, this request will be not executed successfully. So we created the middleware. Let's say I would like to apply the middleware for before this method. Remember that I told you middleware function runs before this route handler. So you can add some authentication logic here, stuff like that. We will create authentication middleware in the later modules. For now, how can you apply the middleware here? Okay, now I'm going to apply the middleware. They say you have to have a configure method inside your app module, and this configure method will take a consumer. Middleware consumer. This middleware consumer provides method to call the middleware. So I'm going to use consumer. We have to call the apply method. Here I'm going to provide my logger middleware. Let's say I would like to apply the middleware for all the route handlers inside the product controller. So I'm going to run my code. Let's try to test that. My application is running. Let's try to send the post request. A new product has created, and now you can see the message logger middleware run. Let's try to send the get request. You can see the logger middleware run. You can also apply middleware in this way. Let's say you can apply for the specific route. Path should be products. And you can define method. I can get the request method. Request method dot get. Cool. Now it will run this middleware for only this method, for find one and the find all. Let's try to create a new product. I have sent the post request. You can see that there is no middleware run log here. I'm going to find all the products. Now you can see the logger middleware run. There is another way to do that. You can also exclude some path. Let's say that. Let's say I don't want to run the middleware for this method. Now I want to run the middleware for all of the methods except this one, request method.get. Now it will not run for the get endpoint. Let's try to test that. You will not see the message. For the post and update and delete, you will see that. You will see the logger middleware run. We have talked about some local level middleware. You can also register some global middleware. If you have to register global middleware, you can do it here. You can register global middleware here. You have to use the app.use method. Let's say you will have global middleware for the course. You can register Helmet, whatever middleware you will have. Let's say I have a Morgan or Multer. You can register multiple middlewares. I'll teach you more about how to register global middleware in the later modules.